Hello, hello to viewers. Welcome to my live stream, Science to Technology. I hope audio and video is working. I'm waiting for incognito window to give me a feedback so I can be sure that things are working as expected, and then we're gonna move forward with things. So just a few moments. It does take 20 seconds for incognito window to. Yep, I think as of now, I think it is working. Okay, YouTube suggest kbps. Audio bitrate is a bit lower. Okay, that's strange. I actually do not know how the heck it works because I'm not sure whether I set the stream key properly or not, but hey, it's working as of now. So let's get started. Now, this week was kind of what you call distracted week, so to say. Things happened, but I could not make enough progress this week on my electrical project. Barely got basically, uh, I just kept it here. Hold on. Can't find it. Yeah, so the progress, hello. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the stream is live and things are functional. Anyway, so the aim was to build a micro ohm meter. Now, I don't have to build the meter. All I have to do is do two things. First, create a 100 milliamp current source and then have a 10x gain, and then use a normal multimeter. Now I have normal multimeter, I have op amps. Now the main thing is that I wanted to run it on batteries. Turns out you do battery like again, 2 AA battery, 3 AA battery might work, but you need 4 or 6 AA batteries, so that created an issue. Now I don't have a holder for it. I never actually finalized a 3D printed battery holders design. So I don't have an active battery holder as of now. So I was like, okay, let's just use computer. I do have a basically setup power coming from computer that is plugged to a socket. So I can pull out 12-volt power whenever I want without any issue. So I was doing some calculation. Turns out the idea of using 2 and 2, 2, 2, 2 is not a good idea, because again, if it has to drop so much voltage, basically dropping 12 volt to whatever it needs to in order to maintain 100 amps, 100 milliamps, it will fry itself. Basically, I'm practically building just a linear power supply, nothing more than that. So the idea is I have a basically IC that is a voltage reference IC. It creates a give or take 2.5 volt, and it's stable across temperature range. That's why you can use a Zener, but it's not stable enough. So that reference IC will drive the op amp. Op amp will do its job to maintain the basically current flow in such a way that I get 2.5 volt drop. To do that, I need 25 ohms of resistance and basically a switching element. Switching element was the problem. 2 and 2 to 2 2, while it does work, it will fry itself if I directly drive it from 12 volt. So yeah, thankfully AI caught this mistake before I fried anything. But again, this last week was not very productive, let's just say. I was very distracted and things were happening. So that was that's the reason why progress on that milliohm meter was not adequate. But such is life. There are few weeks that are very good, then a few weeks very bad. Like today, I tried to repair my torch. Yeah, it did not work. I could not, like, on paper it should work, but it does not work. Like I'm reaching a point where it's like I'm wasting too much time on it. I'll just throw it and get a new torch. It's like it's a physical fitment problem. But these sort of things do happen time to time, where it's like, oh, I thought this will work, it does not work. Deal with it. That was very strange. And turns out, in terms of my engine company, Ahirawat, we are reaching a point where it's we are finally trying to push through that chicken and egg scenario. So the core problem is that, because again, when you are starting a new company, you don't have a lot of capital, and again, what can you sell other than words? So in that sort of scenario, we have to create a machine. Now every vendor is willing to take money from us. It's like, ah, give us money, we'll build the part for you, and we're gonna do coordinate measurement, system measurement, and it will be precise and all that. But oh my god, like, this was so painful. As in, like, things that should have been done for weeks ago, it's taking, yeah, we have this problem, we have that problem. Like, every day they have infinite problem. Like, this is size piston, I'm not joking, this is the size of piston. It should have been done months ago. We are still going around and around on that. It's like, blah, 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 blah. And again, they take money, bonkers amount of money. Like, we have burnt so much money on this. It's like, now it's like it would have made sense long ago, where it's like, okay, might as well just start a get a land, get a factory, and then start building it. But again, that time it did not make sense, so we are kind of stuck in that scenario. Paneer roll in Kolkata 45. I discovered Howrah average paneer roll price of 20 is more than Kolkata paneer roll. In Kolkata 45 to 120, Howrah is 65 to 130. Yeah, 20 rupees when I was a kid. That's the price when first time I think I discovered paneer roll. Again, maybe I have eaten before that, but that my memory, like that's how important it is. That my original memory is from that time. Ahiravat update. Yeah, so main thing is now we are trying to get into CNC and get a proper CNC. Now, problem with that, while CNC comes in different grades, basically there are some production grade CNC and then there is just like CNC. Now, normal CNC, it would be cheap to meh. Those, but again, those are like just you have to have an operator there 24 into 7. Those are not very what you call high throughput device. Like to give you an example, when you are looking into a CNC machine that can work 24 into 7, because again, heat will expand your structure, like physically it will change. It needs cooling. And how the heck you cool it? Well, the motors have cooling, cool. Spindle have cooling, okay, cool. And the ball screw has water going through it, so that does not expand too much. That's the difference between like a industrial grade system that is designed to work 24 into 7. Basically, it can guarantee that I'm gonna maintain it. And then it has a glass, what you call scale. Why the heck it's making so many sound? Yeah, it was making way too much, but to make too many sounds. It's like the wire. I think everything is so quiet, so wire sound is annoying me. So yeah, um, because of that, what you call thermal expansion compensation, you will run coolant. That will make sure that you do not overheat, but you will still expand, right? A machine that is off versus a machine that is working, fundamentally it would be hotter. But pro grade machine that is like designed for industrial use, they generally have a scale that do not expand, and based on that, it compensates for it. Basically, it has a thermal compensation. It will measure the temperature, it will measure the scales, and then fix itself, so to say. So those sort of systems add bonkers amount of cost, like damn kind of cost, like cost so high that Ferrari starts to look cheap, and we have to get into that. So yeah. Uh, okay. I have wrote update. Once you discussed about Simon Malcolm channel on live, it's good. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I may be missing some core point. Hello, what will happen if everyone realizes that pension, passive funds, I mean, impact? Nothing happened in 2008. Like that, some people have suggested that the modern identity politics was created by elites in order to distract people, because like Occupy Wall Street movement was a very what you call harsh wake up call, where it's like, what the hell, what do you mean, like I'm getting EFT and while you are bailing out the, again, government had a reason to bail out, but here's the, imagine how it looks. It's like, oh, they did something illegal, they did something unethical, they did something stupid, and we are the one paying for it. I'm losing my job, I'm losing, and they are getting bailout. And yes, they lost their company and all that, but here's the, all of them still had mansions, they still had their Ferraris and all that. So this what you call Occupy Wall Street movement was actually gaining steam. So they started to slowly Tokyo drift the left party, which was the party of common people and basically the working class. They slowly Tokyo drifted it into retardness, where it's like, it's all about identity. It's like, bro, we had that discussion, we had that war, like that part is sorted, that folder has been closed, we done, we good, we got this. No, 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 reopen that. So I do not know how much validity is there, but I would not be shocked if in future turns out that that's what happened to Democratic Party of America. But such is life. Make a video on Kaveri 2.0. Nah. See, Indian projects do have this issue where it's like very little amount of detail is shared. So it's like I don't feel good covering it. It's like the amount of meat on the bones I need, it's not there. I'm not, I don't enjoy doing it. For now, we can only make seaweed biofuel in raft. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure. Can you make fuel in raft? I'm not. I haven't played it in such a long time. As like I don't know. How many hours do you work in a day? It's not fixed. Some days I work very long. Some days it's like quick. It's not fixed. Commissioning issue with your manufacturing machine, other standard design. Yeah. Oh, customization. This is also another important point because we are developing an engine, not just like control C, control V. I'm pretty sure almost all our vendors will do amazing job if we are like, okay, this is design, make 10,000 piece of it. They're like, bro, we got this. It's like, oh, this is a design. Okay, now change the diameter a little bit. Blah. We're not gonna do it. So that's the core problem. And again, this is why I'm urging the CEO to like actually splurge a bit. It's like it's expensive. I'm like, here's deal. We need a machine that is so good that it removes any sort of if this then that. Imagine we bought a cheap machine, and if it's not good enough, again, we're gonna have way too many scrapped parts, we're gonna have too much time waste, and it's gonna be painful. And eventually we'll have like, shouldn't we just buy the quality one? Because here's the deal, as you get older, you realize time is the precious commodity, not money. Money has some flexibility to itself where you can just like, wiggle around things. Time you can't wiggle around. So for that reason, we are looking into some machines, and non-Chinese, Korean, but they are expensive. And here's the deal: CNC machine is a consumable device, meaning a CNC machine you buy, cool. It has gonna, assuming you're not gonna destroy it, is gonna have consumption of tools. So tools are consumable, like it's almost like a printer ink. You're gonna consume it. Then it has coolant. Then you need a big ass air compressor, and all of those things combined. Again, here's another thing: like normal, what you call machine, CNC machine, it just have like, liquid and chips coming around. If you buy industrial grade machines that are like, heavy workhorse, they have a conveyor belt. So the idea is the coolant goes in another place, it recycles the chips and all that, they comes through a bucket where you can directly have the bucket next to the, what you call, the machine, and you just collect it. And in big plants, they could literally have a major, like this will be small conveyor and there will be a major conveyor that collects all the chips. So you don't even have to, like, no machine ever stops. The aim is to have what we call lights out machining, as in we design, let's say, rack rod. Okay, rack rod is the most critical part. We're like, okay, work its ass off, we're gonna fine tune it, define it. It's like, this is the machine, this is the speeds and feeds, and we're gonna work our ass off. And it's like, okay, cool, this is it. Then we click a button and it just goes, makes it, uses a machine. No person opens the device, like uses a mechanical arm, grabs it, puts it in a different holder. A new bar stock comes in, goes, go. Everything, like, you do not touch it. Like, there is no operator that opens it and removes the part. Again, this is automation that can be done today. Again, if even on a small scale, it can be done today. The key is, whenever you are buying this sort of machine, because they are so expensive, you have to have what we call high on time, as in you should be 30% on time, 50% on time. 70 to 80 is good. Like 100 is on a, I mean, 100 you can only do if like, oh, this is the one thing that I'm doing. But at that point, people are like, why buy a CNC? Buy a dedicated, what you call, fixture kind of machine, whereas like, oh, this is the machine, this is the only thing it does. So it's brutal, so to say, brutal. Oh, Simon and Malcolm channel, the couple who has 5 kids. Yeah, I watch a lot of them, a lot. Like, I think if I look in my mobile right now, I think I have that offline. Whenever I do walk, it's a 40-minute discussion. Some of the videos are really good. Some are silly, but like, again, that's the whole point. I worked very hard to make sure I developed my filters, which again I try to teach you guys. Build filters, not fandom. Basically, the idea is even the worst person in this planet will teach you something if you are wise enough. So essence is, I'm gonna, like, if Donald Trump says blah 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 blah, I'm like, okay, there must be some grain of wisdom there. And then it's like, the guy does not have any idea how energy works. I'm not gonna listen to him when he talks about energy. The guy has idea when it comes to politics. He is the goddamn president. So how the heck that part works? Like, I'll give you a very simple example. Whenever you see him, you will find this one thing very interesting. He always congratulates other people. Like, even he's pampering himself, like, I am the greatest and all that, but he will always look at these people, these fine, beautiful people. They're always pampering other people also. Like, compare that to Putin. Then you will get the idea. It's like there is a essence there. He may not be the, what you call, I'm not having a conversation with him about energy and renewables. His brain will not handle it. But politics, the man knows. And that goes with everyone. So if I have some guru, OSHA guru or this guru, some of the topics would be, whoa. Some topics were like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. But again, that's normal life. Like, some video topics I will cover, which will be like, I will have the best take on it. Some will be like, meh. Some would be like, dude, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I will not know that. But if you follow the teachings of the filter, you will filter it out. Commission is like a manufacturer's machine has a standard design. So like as can we can make biofuel? Of course, you can do that. It's an easy process. Can we go to Alpha Defense if you want to know about Kaveri engine, other defense? See, you have to understand, like whenever I cover something, I am generally, I work my ass off, and again, knock on wood, I work my ass off to be the best of it. So if I'm getting the data which is pre-compressed, I'm doing compression on the pre-compression, so it's not that great. The pension funds is like, okay, okay, how to tolerate bad times, sir. See, this is the aspect of maturity. Basically, as you get older, you have to realize certain things. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is the absolute rule of reality. Life is suffering. Okay, first point, life is suffering. Accept it. The only thing you have to do is make sure it's worthy suffering. Do not suffer meaninglessly. Okay, now one of the core tenet of that is, again, read Buddha, you will find the same thing. Read Bhagavad Gita, you will find the same thing. Read Bible, more or less you're gonna find the same thing. Okay, all religion have the same thing. So essence is, if something happens, let it happen, then be miserable. Don't be miserable before it happens. Don't do double dipping on your own misery. So there are certain things it will help you to understand. Again, like I'm complete. If somebody says like God and all that, I'm like, you need it. I respect you enough as a person, and I understand that life can bitch slap us. That you may need it, you must need it, you must have the faith. I will respect it. Like again, you will look into my younger self. He was far more what you call volatile, far more anger, like almost like a Richard Dawkins, like the God delusion, and that was my younger self. Now I'm like, I understand it. I understand. You need it. I no longer need to fight and defend or do this. It's like, hey, you believe in this? Like, I respect you enough. Me done. Like, me done. Like, I do not have to fight. I do not have to basically. But the only thing I ask from other side is like, hey, let me be. That's the only thing. Like, I let you be you. You let me be me. The end. Can you make a video of passport bros from Indian context? Eh, See, almost all problems can be solved about in India if you have boatloads of money. But if you don't have money, nothing can be solved. So, personal, I'm talking about personal issues. So what about RSS? I have no idea. So any thoughts on AI movie or its compact impact? I think you might wonder that. It's not there yet. I have said it time and time again. Unless somebody, and I do not mean like, go through like, layers. I mean, actual the AI engine directly works on 3Ds like Blender. AI videos is not gonna be that good. It's getting better, but it's still dreaming. It's actually dreaming. There is no tactility to it. It's not like, okay, just move the camera a little bit. No, it can't do that. So, like, okay, people are trying that. Like, Unreal Engine has like a very good integration. So I'm just thinking like somebody throw with Unreal because it's a proprietary system. Take Blender, open source, and dump it inside a game engine. Sorry, inside what you call AI video engine, and then build a basic layer. Basically, when you are making something in AI and you want to make sure that it is consistent and thorough, you have to teach AI few things. For example, human, you will have certain molds. Like if you work in gaming industry or even animation, there is a concept in all software has it called biped. Basically, it's just a character that has just bones and joints. It's just a what you call holder, placeholder. So it can have certain placeholder geometry. And again, all it will be like, okay, child, okay, the geometry will be like this. Because again, you can't take an adult body and scale it down, it becomes a child. No, the proportion changes. So like every 1 year you can have like, 1-year-old baby looks like this, 2-year toddler looks like this, 3 year like that. You can have like one. And so whenever you ask like, okay, render a family, it will have an idea how the shape and structures work, and then it can paint it. Because the hardest part for basically 3D is not the 3D geometry. That's the easy part. Heck, you can just download it. That's how easy it is the rendering part. So rendering would be done by AI, and AI will have 3D geometry. So if somebody's like, okay, the birthday cake candle is not looking, this angle is like overwhelming something, so how about you change it here and there, and like, reduce the candle count, because it will have the grip on the scene. It can do that. So unless that happens, we are not that worried about video, but that happens, the end. uh-huh. I see as a leader talk about a population decline, say increase our. Of course they will. See, there is only one retard who convinced the planet about population, and it's like Malthusian, that guy, UK guy. He convinced the world of this brain damage. And again, people love this simply because it's easy. Like, why do you have problem? Not because you are lazy, not because you are not working hard enough, not because you are actually not growing, evolving. It's just that, oh, what if we just deleted everybody else? It's like everybody believes everybody else. Like, why the heck people can't see that? It's like, oh, if the population would be smaller, all the problems will go away. It's like we had small population. We were starving to death. Like, roll back clock anywhere. Roll back clock in America, and you don't have to go to 250 years ago. Just roll back before World War II. They had Great Depression. It's like, how the heck, like, this whole idea is like, okay, what if I delete them? It's like, you are just meaningless at that point in time. Like, that ideology is just meaningless. It's like, all your problems will go away if your life does not exist. Yeah, duh. That's the whole point of death. Like, death is there, it's sorted. You do not have to worry about it. But rather than pushing, like, again, can you imagine, like, if this mindset that we have right now, if that mindset was there at the time of India's independence, we might not even fight for independence at that time. It's like, what was the point? It's like, why did our ancestor work for, like, Harit Kranti, Shwet Kranti? These are like white revolution, green revolution. These are revolution we did specifically, basically, like, government worked its ass off to solve fundamental problems like food, agricultural output, milk output, all of those things. Again, we worked on medicine and all that. So it took gargantuan effort to solve that problem. And instead of solving problems for tomorrow, now we are like, what if we give up? It's like, you're gonna be miserable anyway. And it's just gonna be meaningless misery if you do that. So again, any culture that has any sort of brain understands that this one child policy is shift delete for yourself. It's not what we call useful. Let's just put it that way. Like, death is all powerful anyway, and you are giving death more wiggle room. It's like, death is like, bro, I sneeze wrong, you die, you disappear. So, for example, I was talking about like a Brazil gonna starve to death. So people think when I say starve to death, again, it's my bad. I have to change my wording for it. It's like, okay, you're gonna have children and they won't have food. No, no, no. Starving to death in modern context is you're not gonna have kids. Your birth rate will be below 2.1, and in few generation, and few generation is not like thousands of years. No, 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 no. Few generation is 90 years. Like, one generation is classified as 30 years. In basically three, one lifespan, done, deleted. It's called 4-to-1 family structure. You die, you disappear. It does not matter what your starting population is. You can start from China, still die in 90 years. Start with Brazil, still die in 90 years. And again, you look into it, and 150 countries are below that. 150 countries out of 200 countries. So any culture that has any sort of brain will be like, yo, this is what you call non-recoverable damage. Heck, even China, which was like, the people were like, oh, China is so awesome, we're gonna orgasm like China. China, majority of Indians do that. It's like, oh, China is developing. China. It's like, why the heck they have 3-child policy now? Why? It's official, you can check it. Why? Because they died. And now they're like, oh, wait a minute, dying means dying. I'm like, yes, sir. Dying means dying. It does not have a Control Z button. So I understand that any cultural leader who has even 1 gram of brain, and not delusional of afterlife, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna be born in heaven, and if they have that delusion, nothing can be done. But like, you have to understand that, like, gods can only exist if there is followers. Bhakta bina bhagwan nahi. It's like, we teach that. Like, if you do not have followers, gods become mythology. Like, Thor becomes a goddamn TV character. So. Hmm. Yeah. So this filter thing works. You have to know what you're searching for. See, this is what I work for. Like, filter again. Fundamentally, somebody asked. Like, I'm pretty sure either on this channel or my English channel. It's like, why? Like, it's on my fiber optic video. It's like, why are you making, like, so much effort and when there is not enough views? Like, I'm barely getting thousands of views. So yeah, the views are low for what amount of effort I do. But here's the, I will do that whether I get views or not. I used to do that, like, when I was a 3D game artist. I still used to search random things, and I went deep down into it. I'm just getting paid to do it now. So my fundamental nature is curious, and feeding that curiosity is one of the everything about me is bad. This is one thing that I am truly grateful for. I have curiosity, like genuine curiosity. It's not nothing to do with money. It's nothing to do with prestige, nothing to do with fame. I like to know things. There is no reason to know that, but I like to know things. Like I'm still working my ass out to find how the heck that, if you are my member, you would have seen that video. A Roro truck happens, where is like there is a company that figured out how to have a Roro train but does not have that loading problem. Basically, you can't side load these sort of trains. You have to like load from the back, and then it's like a very slow process, sequential loading. So they figured out, what if you rotated the basically bucket. So you are on a bucket, but they rotate the bucket, trucks comes, like trucks leaves on one side, other side comes in. Great, amazing. But the mechanism is on the ground. It's not on the platform. So basically they needed a dedicated unloading bay, so to say. So I'm like still working. Again, I made the video, done with it, and my idea is like, what? How would I do it? How would I do it for Indian Railway? How do I solve the problem? And like again, I will do that whether I'm getting money or not. Again, assume I get Ahiravat. Ahiravat works out. Knock on wood. I'm done with YouTube. Like done. Would I stop searching on random things? Hell no. That will happen whether I am Ahiravat, a 3D game artist, or YouTuber. It will happen. Politician whose children live abroad should be barred from consistent election. They have no stake in the country. You cannot be held accountable. Yeah, I understand that. I understand completely. Like, why do you think Chinese CCP members are like so destructive towards their country? All of their family owns property in New York. France is planning to adopt China model. Yeah, they're gonna die. Pixel and some AI engine startup put a data center in space. Why startup copying Elon Musk not use brain? See, it's what you call brain requires brain. And again, here's the deal. If I can sell you BS and you're gonna give me money for it, why won't I do that? Like people ask me like, oh, you should hire editor, you should hire this. It's like, again, I have seen Indian YouTuber channels that had good science. Like if you watch their early days, it's like, dude, you are talking about science. What happened to your modern set? Oh, you now have dependency. Like you have to pay some salary, and that when that happens, you have to slowly. It's like, okay, I have to make sure the yield is high. So if something is negative, you apply butter on it, and slowly, day by day, like now you are stuck. It's not even about science. It's just about selling butter, just butter. Everything is just butter. Everything is orgasm. And so like, again, that's why I don't do that. Like again, it's a what you call uh, dual-edged sword. My pocket remains barely full, but my what you call ethics remains uncompromised. So let's say small creators are making good movies and making money, but greedy Hollywooders are making jealous because they are making shitty movies and all they want is success, like small creators. Yes, this is the penalty of there is no adult in the room. I think I have to make a video point about it. Like, there is no adult in the room. Is the scary part. What if China's three-child policy instead of back then? Again, they would have still survived. They would have suffered, but again, they still would have survived. They would have pushed through all that hardship that would entail. Heck, here's the deal. They should not have done anything. That's the only thing. Like, don't interfere. Like, don't interfere. Like, let nature take care of itself. Don't interfere. Don't give death a turbocharger. Death is like, bitch, I am immortal. Like, there is a saying in scientific community, na? It's like, stars are temporary, darkness is eternal. So it's like, you don't give turbocharger to death. It's like, bro, let nature flow. We're gonna have problems and we're gonna solve the problems. India guys are still have solving later working while Japan built thousands of biogas plants. Below 2.5 doesn't mean 1. It could be 1.9, which takes more than 90. See, yes and no. Because yes, mathematically you are correct. No, because family wise you are not correct. For example, a family unit, like let's say you have a name, right? Like every family has a lineage. They can trace back 3 steps back, and ideally they want to trace 3 back steps future. Those families are being deleted, and those deleted complete. Like, these 4 people made 2 babies, 1 each. Like 4 to 1. These 2 people got married and they only had 1 child. That 1 child got, like, see, disappeared. You literally disappeared that family. So yes, the number is correct that if you are below 2.1, it's not going to happen precisely at 90 years. But here's the fall will happen exactly in 90 years, because like each family unit is being collapsed. It's like folder close, folder close, folder close, and God help you if you had earthquake or any sort of a bad event. Yeah, then it's like shift delete all way too many folders. That's why I said like in 90 years, and again, I do not mean 90 years 0. That's not going to happen. It's 90 years simply means people will see a reality where they're like, how the heck we got here? It's like, that's the whole point. Hmm. You stay away from family to stuff like study and job. What place you find yourself productive quality time wise, life during the job phase? You stay away from family to do stuff like study and job. Which place find yourself productive and quality time wise? How was your life during job phase? It was nice. Other than my spinal issue, which again my stupidity. Other than that, it was amazing. Like fundamentally, I have said the same thing multiple times. I always lucked out because I always got good teachers and always made good friends. Heck, a few days ago, like on my birthday, I'm literally talking to a guy who's one of my friend. He is in Australia. I'm talking to another guy who I made in job friend. He's in UK. So I did have this sort of what you call luxury, which money cannot buy. I have seen so many people is like, I don't have a single friend. I'm like, dude, you suck. Like, there's nothing more than because again, your boy has empty pockets, but still have friends. South India states are giving you 1 gram of gold if your baby gets born in a government hospital to increase the population. See, people will, if you have brain, you understand the stakes because yes, there is no control Z. Like you can do control Z in mathematics. It's like, okay, women's over fertility window is like, 100 years. Like that's how Japanese fucked themselves up. They're like, yeah, yeah, women can have child in 90. I had no idea how the heck their maths was showing that if you do not do anything in 250 years, your population will decrease by 10%. That was when I was in class 10. Sorry, 11. That's when I got computer internet. As well, like sex crisis. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, how the heck your math can be that off? It's like, oh, now I understand. First, that time I was like, okay, that's not a problem. But it's like somebody was either willingly or they were genuinely retarded. Whereas like, oh, 250 years, we're going to drop by 10%. Now they're like, yeah, we did. We did. In Bengal, 3000 EVM machine caught fire accidentally after election. Oops. Why not make normal Moon lander itself a rover instead of having small separate rovers? Why not make Moon lander itself a rover size? Again, you have to have rocket tanks in that, so it's not messy. It's sounds a good idea. We are not there yet. And again, while mass goes down when you are on moon, sorry, not mass, weight goes down because you are on the moon. Inertia does not change. Like if you have a heavy stuff and your electrical motor have to spin it, the weight does not matter that much. Inertia does. It will still require bonkers amount of energy to move. So if you have 100 watts of power, you want to move as small stuff as possible because inertia does not disappear. Weight does, inertia does not. Some companies are working on the age reversing future of this work. Right now, I don't think we are there yet. I have seen, heard, but again, given the fact that I'm old enough, hair replacement is not a proper thing now. Like you're like, oh, but Elon Musk did it. It's like there are so much complication with that. That it's like you're telling me what is the medication, what's the goddamn side effect of it. Like you look into it, it's like, yeah, it's not sorted, and remove this hair part. Main thing is teeth. We still can't repair the goddamn enamel, and you are like, you're gonna do age reversal, bitch, please fix this thing first. Should the parliament make laws on the debar such politics who don't have future stakes in kids? See, I get your desire, but that's a self masturbation. It's pointless. It's not gonna happen. So why waste time on it? If this then that, like again, fundamentally the main issue why humanity messes up democracy is simply because we started to use child policy, as in one vote for each. That's not how it works. Like we have to have single transferable vote, as in you should get 4 options and you have to describe, this is my first choice, this is my second choice, this is my third choice, this is my fourth choice, and then whichever choice gets the most votes, like 80% people have to agree on it, only that person wins, rather than this decisive system that blows everybody up. Like we know this, we known this mathematically from 200 years, but we have never employed it. Unless we do so, we're gonna be stuck in this forever loop of stupidity. Maybe this time DRM or oligopoly issue can't be fixed because Samsung can add Micron directly to USA. See, I'm too old. I lived long enough where I have seen hard drive crisis. Now I know for a fact that RAM price will never go down. Never. They're like, hey, people are buying at this elevated price. Why will I reduce my profit margin? Your battery presented. What about your battery presentation? Which battery presentation? I've already done battery presentation. Like, I'm not getting which battery presentation you're talking about. Why the elites would make leftists rich, I could have hurt them. And see, you are thinking too, what you call, far out. Many people, even if they are become elite, elite, many of them became elite. As in, like, Bill Gates, while his father was not dirt poor, it was not like Bill Gates level. So Bill Gates became Bill Gates level. Here's the would he have proper wisdom of, like, ruling class, as I mean, royalty class, where they are like, we have to maintain it, we are like, so there are two types of elite in this world. One is where you are like, hey, uh, we're gonna curate humanity because we know better. And then there is another one, we're gonna curate humanity but let the best one come. Basically, rather, one has like, I decide what happens. Basically, Bill Gates fall into that, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna delete all these people. That's why he's always like, reduce population, reduce population. He's like, I'm gonna delete all of you, and then I'm gonna be your god. And then you have Elon Musk type of leaders. There's like, we're gonna have as many children as possible, and the smart one will do. And but again, they want to subvert what you call public will, so to say. That's why Elon Musk, when you bought Tesla stock, it means nothing. That's the whole thing. Like, there are two elite packages, and that's how they operate. One is, I decide I'm God. Another is, most of humanity is idiot. So only the select few, the cabal, will decide what happens. And again, they fight with each other and we die. The side effect. Why this? Okay. Do you have friends like school friends? I have still them, but sometimes annoying to interact with them. I feel I need to leave my friends as they hindering my way of thoughts. I do understand that. I did had one friend who stole my mobile phone. Of course, that I like. Nope. Another friend, I did had a issue with that, but most of my friendship is intact. Uh, but majority of Indians creators don't have their standard. They show cringe people. Make a see. You are seeing their output. I'm seeing their start. How they have started, that was completely different. What they became is completely different. Uh, Radhe Radhe sir, Radhe Radhe to you. What is spinal issue? How can we avoid it? I'm starting in the field, feel something on my neck. A, have a regular checkup with a doctor. B, take flexibility. Like, physiotherapy has to be a priority. Again, trust me, you cripple your spine once, it cannot be repaired. Heck, even that does not exist. Remove LML, you can't repair my spine. Do you saw the video where young women are complaining that men hate women as much? Yeah, yeah, I've seen that. It's pointless. See, that's why you don't fight with women. You just like letting it go. There is no fighting. There is no discussion. There is just like, you do you, me go me. And if you don't, you are the problem. You have good knowledge about the text and science, but personal friend who has knowledge and not understanding, but they're earning millions here, going abroad. Do you feel like, why would I feel bad? See, I don't have envy as you would think. I enjoy my life, like literally. Again, see, many times people are like, "Oh, but like you feel so depressed." I'm like, I'm sharing all of it. Basically, the high is very high, the low is very low. It's like, the good is great, the bad is terrible. But that is life. I'm enjoying it. Like, I live like a king. Here's the deal. There is no phone on this, like no phone call in this that I cannot cut. Like, there is no boss of me. It's like, oh, you have to come. It's like, I do not care, my man. I do not care. Although technically you can say that judge can do that, but generally judge don't call, lawyer calls me. So technically you can say that, but again, that also never happens. Where it's like, okay, I'm in middle of work. It's like evening and all that. So fundamentally, I don't have that sort of envy. And again, I do have friends. I do talk to them. It's like, it's not that great. It's not that great. It's not like swinging money. Like, yeah, you can convert the currency and be like, whoa. And then you're like, wait a minute, what is your dental fee? $600 to just see the goddamn teeth? Yeah, I'm out. I'm out, brother. Ah. New Blue Origin Launchpad is bare bones. Yeah, see, they are working their ass off. They are like, I'm like, I will be shocked. Let me tell it right now. I will be shocked if they actually pull it off and actually launch a rocket before 2026 is out. That would be magnificent, assuming the mission goes successful, does not have another boom. But damn, like everybody who's seeing it, like actually seeing it, even the NASA administration is like, they're moving heaven and earth. They're like moving ass. They're like, go. I'm like, damn. PS6 is gonna cost more than a lakh. See, here's the deal. It's not important. Like, if somebody's like, oh, GTA 6 is this much, it's like, I used to be that guy, like, video game guy. I used to play. It's like, they are video game. They have to be video game. Like, I do not like the idea of sinking 10,000 hours in it. I had one friend who did that, like in Dota 2. Uh, but that's not me. Like, I have played a lot of games like Robocraft, Far Cry 3. I played a lot of times. So there was a younger Anupam people who used to play. Again, I still want to play some games, but I don't have that much time. It's just that it's a game. Okay, like unless you are making money from it, there is no reason to spend that kind of time, because here's the life has so much diversity into it. Why focus on that? Like, again, one game, if you are like, hey, video games are my jam, great, play a lot of video games. Don't get like, because again, you have seen like a lot of people, they're so competitive, some like blood boiling. It's like, it's like, you're supposed to play game to chill, enjoy. Like, again, if you have video game is your thing, enjoy, but enjoy the whole what you call gamut of it. Don't just like, okay, like, let's say I play Call of Duty, I started with Call of Duty, I'm gonna die with Call of Duty. That's such a, what you call, sad way of looking at it. Again, if you make money, go YOLO. But if you're not making money, enjoy, like expand, like, go from this to the, but all my friends are there, make new friends. That was the whole selling point of, like, gaming industry. You can make international friends. So again, do anything with your hands. Like, again, that's why I enjoy the electrical systems. It's like, fundamentally, it's a different thing when you can touch it. So, I want to email you via your email ID. Why? Bezos versus my long-term philosophy. Yeah, that will be interesting to see. But I think Elon Musk did lot of damage to humanity, like a lot. Like, collateral damage is brutal. New OnePlus N says 20,000 rupees and it's gonna come with 720p LCD display. Damn. Oh, I have seen you can cut your call. Yeah, he's retired now, so generally I don't get call. Again, see, I don't cut my family call, I don't cut my brother's call, I don't cut my friend's call. But again, I don't have that, I have to pick it up. That I don't have. That's the thing that I don't have. And anytime when I do cut a call, the only second call I do afterward is like, they will say, were you busy? Or like, I thought you might be recording or something like that. That's the luxury I have. I don't have a boss calling me. Like, there's a difference between family and friends, which I want to talk to, versus a boss. Yeah, about phone. I have heard some positive rumors. Again, I do not know how true it is, that Nothing phone might be creating something unique. And again, if they have USB 3 in that, and again, micro SD card, I am buying it. Like that, my next phone will not be Samsung, it will be Nothing. If the rumors are true, basically they have the basically camera flush with the system, they have a big ass battery and memory SD card, headphone, all of those. I'm like, memory card is important to me. USB 3 is important. Again, DeX would be great, but it's a dream. It's not there yet, but 3.0 is necessary, because again, I take photo every day and I have to connect it to my computer and dump that data. So it's amazing. Uh, I agree with your views on destruction of family unit and practical implications of feminism, but I want to know, according to, should girls study and good job a housewife, or should they see, it's not for you or me to decide whether it is right or wrong. There is a judge, there is a jury, there is an executioner. It's called time. If your civilization grows, prospers, and survives for thousands of years, what you did was GG. If you did something, on paper it looked amazing, great, and you died in 90 years, nothing. Like, oh, there's this guy, hold on your horses. Let me find this poem. Look, ha, hold on, my boy. You reached the fundamental point. Huh. My name is Ozymandias, king of kings. King of Kings, look on my work, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing besides remain around the decay of the colossal wreck, boundless and bare. Basically, the idea was this is a statue that was built of the king Ozymandias. He had a big empire. Okay, so he had a big ass empire and he had a big ass statue. And in that statue, this was included. My name is Ozymandias, king of kings. Look at my work. Basically, he built that kingdom. So look at my work and be despair is like whoa. It's like whoa. Like this is work of a god, that kind of thing. And when the person saw that, like a traveler saw that, this was thousands of years in the future. Future as in like, this is a very old story. So like a recent time, so to say, I think 1800 or something like that, somewhere at that time. And there was only like leg coming stuck there, a base was there and a broken head was there and nothing else. Everything was sand. So this is the whole point. That's why I say like you and I are not the judge, the jury or executioner. Time is. If you take an action that destroys your future reality, the end does not matter what you feel like it. If you take an action that looks brutal in right now, but allows you to survive in the future, because again, time is the final judge, jury, and executioner, not you and not I. So fundamentally, I understand what a lot of people try to bait is like, but I've reached that point where it's like, dude, it's not for you or me, it's on time. Time is going to decide whether it's right or wrong. When the AI bubble, it already busted. Why do you think so many companies are working their ass off to get inside your pension funds? Corrupt the Nasdaq. So basically, they're instead of going kaboom, they are like, basically they are dumping it in inflation. So again, video on it coming. Unless you are a member, if you are a member, you would have already seen it. Did you watch any movie series? Any recommendation? No. Huh. Why don't you elevate your style and body, mean get ripped and healthy? Would you give me the time for it? Would you give me the money for it? It sounds very easy, sounds very masturbatory. It's like work like 8 hours a day. It's like, yeah, like I'm not rock, I'm not getting paid for my body. I'm not, don't have that. And again, if I do it without a very strict diet, very strict basically I would need 3 to 4 people working on me 24 into 7. Only then there is some chance I will look somewhat decent. It sounds very good, like especially when you're young, but as you get older, you will understand why most people don't have abs. Like I don't have a belly. That's great. I'm not super crippled. That's great. I'm good with that. And again, I have limited amount of mental power. Would I spend it on just getting more? No, because again, that time would be taken away from my projects. And my projects pay my bill, not my abs and all that. And not to mention, you will understand it once you cross 30. You will understand it. Nitin Gadkari will move to USA after destroying his own country. It wouldn't be first time. Apart from where can I reach you? See, that's you can reach me if you pay me boatload of money. If you can't pay me boatload of money, you can't reach me. As simple as that. And again, if you have something interesting, share it in Telegram, share it in Discord, share it on Instagram. But as long as you have full detail, if you do not have detail, it's like, oh, I have to talk to you, then I'm gonna share. Yeah, I'm out. I'm not gonna listen to it. So as long as you can come up with a thorough idea what it is, what you want to do, only then I'm gonna entertain it. If not, I'm out. Some people met another people just 20 minutes ago, but a first person makes him a second person, like they know each other before 10 years. How important communication is one. See, your quality of life depends on communication, not on money, communication. Like if you are a pleasant person, people will be fine with you. If you're not a pleasant person, does not matter how much money you have, people will be resentful around you and you will feel their aura. You will feel that disgust and you're like, oh, I'm so superior. Either you are not having fun, they are not having fun, who is winning? So it's like my colleagues justify the murder marriage clip said the woman has pressurized by family was bad, she couldn't not counter. See, woman is never at fault, okay? See, woman is a goddess. A goddess is never wrong. That's why you delete a goddess. How do you delete a goddess? You let go. Bhakt bina bhagwan nahi. Stop simping, the end. Let a woman go. Do not fight it. Again, if you commit the sin of marriage, you are the one who's going to suffer, not someone else. Oh, I think this would be unique. Somebody donated in my English channel. Okay, hold on. Why most online friends don't mean in real life? That's up to you. Deepak Sharma have donated 51 rupees. Thank you. And remark is there. That's the good part. Radhe Radhe sir, you are doing the best work. Thank you so much for kind words and donation. Okay. Do you think government is unaware of the seaweed biofuel is given the chance? See, government job is not to make people rich. Is government job is to make bureaucrats rich, make the politician rich. Why do you think the Nitin Gadkari who was like hydrogen, 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 hydrogen? Why the heck he switched? He was not making money on hydrogen. He's printing money in ethanol. You die. Oh, you just reminded me. There's this Paji who had a public conference. I do not search on it because again it made my blood boil. He's like, people are literally in press conference like mileage. Who is saying that, like, we know that ethanol is used in racing. I'm like, which racing uses that? Because F1 used it and then they stopped it. Which racing uses ethanol? Like, I want to know which racing is this which uses ethanol. Your boy needs to know. So fundamentally, I want to know where is this BS coming from? Like, which race is user? Like drag race where they throw away the whole engine every race? Like, where is this like ethanol racing? Oh, it gives reduces knock. Knock has never been an issue in petrol car in modern times since 1990. It's only an issue if you have giant turbocharger and high temperature, where your compression goes too above it. And the reason why it reduces knock is because ethanol, your fuel injector injects a liquid, as in like fine mist. That mist evaporates. Ethanol, when it goes from liquid state to gas state, it consumes a lot of energy. It has a higher phase change energy consumption than petrol. That's why it can allow you to achieve higher compression ratio without knock. That's the good part. But again, that's why we add 1 to 2% or 5% of ethanol in petrol by default. We don't add more than that. Why? Because the moment you add more than that, the whole infrastructure have to be built for it. As in, everything has to design to handle ethanol contamination. Everything has to design with much higher water contamination, corrosion, rusting, and all that. That's a much bigger issue. They're like, oh, but race supercar and all that is like, if that was true, why the heck new car companies are like E100 rated? It's like, dude, just put E100 in your car. Who cares? That's not how it works, no? So again, I really want to know whether he is illiterate or he thinks Indians are illiterate. That's the only thing I want to know. Because again, people asked him about mileage and he talked about like performance and knock reduction. I'm like, that none of those are an issue. What was the name of king or that story you said? Ozymandias. Ozymandis. Ozymandias. What's the name of the king story? Claude 2.0 loading in Europe. Who do you think is going to win? Where the heck was that comment? Yeah. Whites or Muslim won this war last time. How do you think they won? They did not won. They are fighting amongst them. They did not win. Like surviving, like just surviving is one thing. Thriving is another thing. Europe thrived. Now again, they went full cuckoo in last few years. The woke virus is very strong with them. But again, given their history, I am more worried about the people who are there rather than like the white people. Simply because you might think oh, they're weak and distracted. Again, they were that. Like scroll back in 1500s. That's all they were doing. Then they realized, hey, wait a minute, everybody else is also retard. We can boom boom them, like, hey, let's make love to each other and let's boom boom each other. They freaking conquered the whole goddamn planet in modern times. I am not worried about them. I'm worried what happens when they actually snap. That's the thing that worries me. Even more smarter than Indian and long-term family matters was the point of there is no Hindu cricket. Yeah, yeah. But without as can score bitches. See, I have crossed that threshold where like scoring bitches is not an issue for me. I just pay and I get it and get it out of my system and then I move on with my life. Ozymandias is like it's a historic thing. It's not by someone. It's again the poem is someone, but like it's a historic what you call figure. Indian status in semiconductor today. What's your take? I have not enough data on it. I don't have enough data on it. Like education question makes me a second ID. What's you saying? I think about it. Feel brutal and direct contradiction of moral values. See, it's not your moral value or my moral value. It's whether you survive or you die. There is no morality. Morality is inherently good. Morality allows your civilization to thrive. If it fails, thrive, and I mean in time, not like, oh, like, it's like, let's say you have a son, right? Like 18-year-old son, and he decides he's going to open a business, but he needs a large loan. He sells his balls to get a large loan, and then he's like very successful, but he's not going to have a kid. So was that decision moral decision? Even though he would have made him rich and taken care of all of you, but did it? Because it sold the future for present. You never do that. Time never goes backwards. So all your decision has to, again, somewhat for today, of course, but some also for future. If you fold that arrow backwards, does not matter how good it feels. Again, that's why I said, like, you and I are not the judge, jury, or executioner. Time is. The AI companies, every other tech coming with lower hardware, double price. Yes, such is life. That has happened. No, I have two-page email. I just want to work, know where to send it. I just want your response, not a long talk. Most is gonna be 3 responses total. Again, I'm not gonna read two-page email. This knows the might not be able to form government again from long time. So why is trying to mint as much money as possible when country leaders call their own citizens anti-national? Then there is no going back. Yeah, I understand your feeling. Why we have first priority shareholders and not consumer or ethics first? Stupidity. America completed 250 years. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I think there are many people like you, someone responsible for this country, like we're gonna go send See, there are more than enough smart people that can solve all the problems. The question is, dumb people don't want to listen. Like, you can tell farmers, again, this is not me, this is Indian government. You can tell Indian government, hey, you should promote zero till farming or no till farming. They are doing it. Farmers are fighting it. They are dying. Farmers are dying, and they are fighting about it. Only some farmers actually listen. So how do you fix that? How do you fix that? Do you force them? So that's the whole thing. Why so much Muslims say, are they immigrants? Yes. See, once you delete your own male population, what do you think is going to happen? Somebody's like, hey, free pass. Like, what do you think happens to Amazon? And I do not mean I do not mean the forest. I mean the Amazon of Wonder Woman. What do you think happens to that? It's a real place. What do you think happens to them? It's really hard to comment. Why it's so hard to comment in YouTube live stream? I can't see what I typed apart from one line. Are you doing it on mobile phone? That may be an issue. You're talking about almost everything from global warming to robots to making Venus. That's the first video I watched. Mainly the issues which needs to be discussed. I always learn from your video. Again, I am glad. Future computer science scope. I do not know, man. Again, see, at this point in time, the first thing you have to understand, you get paid for competency, not for the field. Majority of people in majority of fields barely make any money. Okay, majority of field, majority of, and I mean majority not as in 51%, I mean majority as in like 91%. Only the top 9% prints any money in all field. Did you work in Halo? Yes, one of the DLC. Books like Project Hail May gives us a necessary illusion like hope, which is important to survive. I have hope of our humanity and not religion. Let's see. Hardeep Singh thinks that we will give up so easily, keeps Bush answer, does not take accountability and save him in his party. Yeah. I will pay money, sir. I will use AI to summarize, just to tell how many words. Dude, you are not telling me why and what. Without that, I'm not gonna invest time or effort into the America 250 years, USSR 60 years. Yeah. Solution of first past the post in election. Yeah, it's called single transferable volt. Dude, don't repeat the comment. If you do that, it will make me mad. You don't like me mad. Oh, uh, hmm. One was saying doing about general is also giving me Chanakya Niti in a watch from ninth year in 12th. You have inspired me a lot. Well, great. See, at some point, again, if you watch my younger self, he was very adamant about things. It's like, I know what's right. It's like, as I get older, I realize, like, I'm not the guy. You're not the guy. Nobody's the guy. Nobody's the goat. Time is the goat. So it kind of alleviates some stress from me. It's like, of course, I still have to work on myself where I'm like truly like, that scene in Kung Fu Panda 1, where it's like, the water is smeary and then Uguay just like, twing, the water becomes silent and then you can see the dragon scroll. So that's the essence I am trying to achieve. And again, I have to say, like, I was thinking about certain things and crunching some numbers, and I'm lucky in certain things in such a unique way that it's like, hey, great. So hold on, let me drink some water. Oh, I wanted to share you. This is a pyramid I'm printing. Yeah, I know the formulas like volt is I equal R, V equals R. But I have to say, whoever came up with the design is very smart because I can see V is on top, R is on bottom. R is here, the I is on the bottom, V is on top. Like it is very cleverly designed. Again, if you have an ink printer, you have to print like regularly, otherwise it will jam up. So I have to print something. So having this sort of useful printouts are unique way of stimulating brain. In long term, why paper versus Muslim paper, who will win? Time will tell, na bro. See, unless I have a crystal ball, if I had crystal ball, I'll be rich. The only only investment that I did, that I was like betting it. Again, Nifty 50 is not betting, but betting, like I directly bought Rocket Labs stock long ago, as in like few months ago. It, I think at peak it dumped like 125% gain. That was the highest I've seen. Now it's down. I'm thinking, should I invest more? Again, when it happened, it almost made me mad. It's like, why I have so much section, like so much money in my what you call Nifty 50? I would have done that. It would have become so much more. But such is life. Commenting from the phone, there shouldn't be harsh to comment. It seriously need to fix issue. Yeah, YouTube user interface sometimes feels, let's just say, less than optimal. No, YouTube was saying about ethanol alternative like seaweed biofuel rather than you. Thanks, dude. You would be shocked how what you call. Again, I work my ass off for holistic system analysis, so I do have certain what you call advantage. But it's like I know not only this one thing, like 5, 6 vector around it. So again, all the effort I put into it yields the result that I'm looking for. So Ohm's law, yeah, Ohm's law. Again, it's a cool thing. I'm happy with it. Skyroot is gonna launch in few days or weeks. Yeah. Again, that's a missile company acting as a payload company. I'm waiting. One day they're gonna come. It's like, yeah, we are pivoting to something secret. I'm like, please talk about Venus, like its capabilities in terms of planet and more. Yeah, might do that. Might do that. I'm kind of. I think the biggest hurdle is I don't have topics for Computer Wednesday. Like that's the most. Crusade was one. See, you count one based on what you want. I count on one basically who, at this point in time, has the horsepower, who has population centers, who have basically cultural horsepower, and who have nukes. Lots of nukes with some extra nukes. Oh, and with space program, with some extra space program. Oh, and medicine and healthcare, other things. At least they started putting anyway, thanks guys. It was a interesting live stream, I have to say. Let's see, did anybody watch the stream? Concurrent 19. Nice. Thank you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.